Hello YouTubers, in this video you're going to see me convert this, which looks horrible, to this nice grey pressure treated aircon cover. Hold tight. Hello YouTubers, so let's start making this lovely aircon cover. So I'm using a bit of 4x2 as a ledger beam for the rafters. So you'll see me here placing it up against the house, and then I'm going to bolt this in with some coach bolts and plugs. Here we go, there they are. So I'll screw them into the wall, use a packer, keep the ledger board, this is pressure treated, off of the house. The water can drain behind. There you see me using the marksman pen. I use the marksman pen to mark the holes. So once you've drilled them through, you can see exactly where it's plumb. I don't need a spirit level because I'm using the brick mortar joints as a guide. So again, using the plastic packers, I think these are just the 2mm green ones. Behind the coach, these are coach bolts, not screws. And this is keeping it just away from the house so water can drain behind and it doesn't cause damp issues. Now we're going to cutting the rafters. So I'm cutting the 4x2s, I'm ripping them to 2x2s. And I'll be using these as the rafters for the top part of the aircon cover. So I've cut them at a slight angle. It's only about 10 degrees, alright? That 10 degree is transferred onto there, which means when they're resting up there, they'll get just screwed in. That angle is square. So I'm now joining the rafters together. Remember, I've cut these at a 10 degree angle to allow for a correct fall, and then I'm gluing and screwing the now 2x2s. Remember, I ripped them down from a piece of 4x2, so they're now 2x2s. I'm gluing and screwing these in, and I will be painting them later with some preservative, as now I've cut into the 4x2, you've taken away the pressure treatment. Screwed and screwed. Quick tip, when you're screwing at an angle like that, just put a screw in there and you can use your clamp to hold it tight. So you just put a screw in there that holds it. You can now screw in the screw. It's a 75mm external grade screw. So we're just constructing the front part of the frame now. This will be taking the tongue and groove cladding. So you'll see this attached to the front now of the boiler air condition cover. This is the piece going along there, and I've got to cut a piece for there to go into there, and then we can throw it, start putting the cladding on. That's the frame nearly complete. That's cut at a 15 degree angle, flat, and then I've just pre-drilled. Just got one more screw to go in there. That's the end of day one. That's taken me about 2.5 hours to frame it. So just got the cladding to go on. Probably have to get more. So we'll clad it down. And it's going to be secured with just some angle brackets so it can be removed for servicing. Hold tight. That's the side on. 50mm galvanised nails from the 8x8 engaged brad nailer. So make sure you use galvanised pins, and they're 50mm in there. 50mm. Now we're going to clad the top. Cut this just to there, and I'm going to treat the cut ends with some sealer. People don't do that when they cut stuff, and that's the problem. And then we'll have the front on with the gaps for the air. Not that it use it anymore, it's just unsightly. So here you can see me applying the preservative to any cut ends that I've done to preserve the 4x2 and the 2x2s. because once you cut them, the tantalising process only goes so deep. So I see a lot of videos where you're putting any preservative on their cut ends. It's alright to put glue. Glue will help varnish anything, but preserver soaks in better, especially into the end grain. So continuing cutting these feather boards, these pressure treated feather boards, to the roof section of this aircon cover. And then we will be proceeding to do the front, which I'll use a different type of material. A quick break for a cup of tea. You can't beat a cup of tea, and we'll carry on with this aircon cover. The last one. That's your mark. Always mark your good bit, so you don't get confused, like I did. So just using the jigsaw to cut the final pieces of the top part of this air conditioning cover, and then we will proceed to start doing the front. I'm cladding that with a different kind of tongue and groove, better quality. So we're now cladding the front. I'm using a better quality shiplap to clad the front, and then on the left hand side where the aircon cover needs to get open air, I'm going to use some trellis, which I'll make to clad that to keep it more open. Cuprinol 6-year silver birch garden shades. Always stir thoroughly. It's quite sort of thin, so it can drip everywhere, so you've got to be careful. So we're going to try this. The wood has been dried. It's been in the conservatory for 2 or 3 weeks, so you need to really have it dry. When you get pressure treated wood, it's normally quite wet, so you just space it all out and dry it out, then you can paint it. But really you should let it silver a bit before you paint it. But we'll see how this goes on with fresh wood. Hold tight. So next all we've got left to do is to add the front trellis where it needs to be kept clear for a clear air path for the air conditioning cover to blow out air. So just the trellis now, so I'm using my 18 gauge nailer with galvanised pins and a bit of glue, and I've used some wood stain. So I just cut on the table saw, didn't record it, I cut on the table saw some 63 by 33s I think it is down, and then just pinned them together, and then I'll pin them into the framework within the aircon cover. So I hope you like my video. Please like, subscribe and comment for more videos. And there's lots more videos, building videos on my channel. So have a look. Hold tight.